This is a chemical reaction taking place in the combustion of an organic compound, isoprene. This equation is not balanced. We have to balance this equation using Gaussian elimination method. So we don't know what are the numbers needed here. So let us assume x1, x2, x3, x4 are the numbers needed here. So this can be written like this: x1 C5H8 plus x2O2 gives x3 CO2 plus x4 H2O. Now you compare the number of carbon atom this side and number of carbon atom this side. So here 5x1, here x1, then this 5x1 is equal to, here carbon atom this side, on the product side carbon atom here. So the number of carbon atom is x3. After this you rearrange. So this can be written like this: 5x1 minus x3 is 0. So you are getting one equation. Next you compare the number of, here first we compared hydrogen carbon atom, next you compare the hydrogen atom. So here 8, so this x1, this side hydrogen atom 2, then this x4. So if you rearrange this, you will get like this. So here both sides you divide by 2, so 8 divided by 2, 4. When you divide this by 2, x4, you take it to this side, so 4x1 minus x4 is 0. Next you compare the number of oxygen atom on both sides. So here oxygen O2 here, then here it is x2, so 2x2. So here 2, then this x2. This side, here oxygen is there, again oxygen is here. This 2x3 plus this oxygen x4. After this you rearrange. So if you rearrange, you will get like this. Taking these two, this side 2x2 minus 2x3 minus x4 is 0. So now there are three equations. This side it is 0. So we are getting three homogeneous equations. Then we have to solve these equations using Gaussian elimination method. So this is the augmented matrix, the coefficient. So here 5, then there is no x2, so 0, then x3 is coefficient is -1, there is no x4, so 0. Second equation, coefficient of x1 is 4, there is no x2, so 0, there is no x3, so 0, then x4 coefficient is -1. Then here there is no, in this equation there is no x1, so 0. Coefficient of x2 is 2, coefficient of x3 is -2, coefficient of x4 is -1, and this 0 here. So this is the augmented matrix. Then we have to use Gaussian elimination method. For that, below this 5, here and here it should be 0. So you do this elementary operation, interchange second row and third row. So this third row you write as the second row, second row you write as the third row. So below this you are getting 0. Next here we have to make 0. Now augmented matrix has become like this after the elementary transformation. Now here we have to make 0. So for that, do this elementary operation. Third row is obtained like this. Third row you multiply by 5. First row you multiply by 4 and then subtract. So this you multiply by 5. 4 into 5, 20. Now 5 into 4, 20. 20 minus 20, 0. Similarly here, this you multiply by 5, 0. So it will be, then here 4 into 0, 0, 0 minus 0, 0, like that. Here, this you multiply by 4. So minus 1 into 4 is minus 4. Then from that you subtract 0 minus 4. So it will be 4. Now similarly here, first row you multiply by 4 and this you multiply by 5 and then subtract. So you will get this. Then now augmented matrix is converted into row echelon form. 5, 0, 0, 2, 0. Now from the row echelon form of the matrix, we can write the equation. So here 5x1, then here there is no x2 because here it is 0. Now minus 1 x3, x4 is not there because here it is 0. So you are getting one equation. Here 0, so there is no x1, 2 x2 minus 2 x3 minus x4 is equal to 0. Here 0, so there is no x1 and x2. 4 x3 minus 5x4 is equal to 0. Now there are three equations, but there are four unknowns: x1, x2, x3, x4. So for x4 we have to give an arbitrary value, let it be t. There are four unknowns but only three equations. So 4 minus 3, 1. So for one unknown, for this one unknown you give arbitrary value t. So let it be t. Let x4 be t. Now by back substitution you can get x2, x1, x3. Now x4 is t, that you substitute in this equation. For this x4 you put t, then taking this to the other side, so it will be 5t. So x3 will be 5t by 4. Now you are getting x3 and x4, that you substitute in this equation. So you will get x2. So 2x2 minus 2. For this x3 you give this value 5t by 4. Then minus x4 you give the value t. After this rearrange this. So this 4 and this 2 will get cancelled and take it to the other side. So you will get a 2x2 is equal to 5t by 2 plus t. That means 2x2 is here 7t by 2. So x2 is 7t by 4. Now you substitute in the first equation. Now 5x1 minus, for x3 you can put this value 5t by 4. Then after rearranging you will get x1 is t by 4. So now we got x1, x2, x3, x4. So x1 is t by 4, x2 is 7t by 4, x3 is 5t by 4, then x4 is t. So here there is a 4 in the denominator. The lowest integer which we can give for x1 is that t is 4. So 4 by 4, then it is 1. If you give some other value 5 or 6, it will become a fraction. So choose t as 4. Now t is 4. When you put t4, 4 by 4 it is 1. So x1 is 1. x2, for this t you put 4 and 4 will get cancelled. So x2 is 7. x3, so we have chosen t4. So 4 and 4 will get cancelled. So x3 is 5. Then x4 is t is 4. So x4 is 4. Now we got x1, x2, x3, x4. So you substitute these values here. x1 is 1, so 1. So C5H8 plus x2. x2 is 7. That is x3. x3 is 5. Then x4 is 4. So using Gaussian elimination method, we could balance this chemical equation. Thank you for watching the video.